we're starting to see, I'm sure you watched enough Inter Miami games this season, but we see the excitement. We saw the announcements when Messi, Busquets, and Alba arrived, and so it was all exciting. But now that they're here playing, and we seeing them pick up injuries, can they really defend the way they need to? It's like they're great players. These guys, but they're going up against 22-year-olds that are fast.
What did people expect? What did people expect? I don't think the marketing is great. You got Messi, got former Barca players. These are treble winners. The narrative is perfect. Also, Neymar having dinner with David Beckham the other day.
That was lovely.
Yeah. And he had to add, we're just having dinner. We know you're trying to get him to Miami, bro. It doesn't take a genius to understand that.
Exactly.
Everything around Inter Miami in that sense is cool, but the reality of it, and I feel like some people get lost in that sauce in the smoking mirrors of these legendary players are playing again together, but they're also not as young anymore. They're also they haven't played together for some time. It's gonna take some time for them to gel, together again. Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets, Messi, Suarez. It's a different time right now. So I feel like it's normal for them to have those learning curves again.
Yeah, I mean I think for the most part in the whole hubbub about U.S. Open Cup and teams not wanting to, MLS teams not wanting to participate. And I think it's 10 teams that are fielding their first teams, and the rest are their second teams. And Miami is one of those teams that is not playing in U.S. Open Cup. And so, they wanted to fix the issue of fixture congestion, probably so that Inter Miami does well in this particular tournament. And Messi's not available. And that Messi's been unavailable the last 3 weeks. And this is a thing where by this point in just the MLS season, I did not think Luis Suarez would have more minutes than Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi, based on the sort of the way he plays, you would think that he would be less susceptible to picking up injuries, because he does get fouled, but not like he used to. Not like when he was 22, 23 years old at Barcelona. So his body sort of,
he's human.
He's human, right?
He's human. That's the the mystique of Messi is an alien is starting to fade. He's human. He gets hurt. He's 76 years old.
But it shows how much they need him, right? Yes. Because even with the players that they do have, the way MLS works, and we know because of salary caps and all this stuff, you're gonna have a player like Messi who is making $60 million in a year, and then Messi has to play games with guys that are making $150,000 a year. That's the reality. That's not knocking anything in particular. Yeah, it's just that when you see the mistakes, the mistake from Diego Gomez, right? So which is I'll show you here, Elisha, real quick. This is I had mentioned it to you before, but you see that ball right there. Yeah, we're looking at it, and Diego Gomez, lack of focus. Yeah, and boom, you make that one mistake, and you give up.
What a goal, still though.
The goal was crazy.
What a goal! Damn,
the goal is crazy.
Because you still gotta make that,
without a doubt. But it's just such a. Look, it's an absurd mistake, and it's not to I saw the comments from the goalkeeper Drake Callender. He was just hey, look, people are going to be focusing on two guys, on was it David Ruiz, who's a homegrown kid. Yeah. He's 20 years old. He picks up the 2 yellows, and then the mistake from Diego Gomez, who's 21 years old. Yeah. And it's just but the pressure is so high. Yeah. And this is kind of the issue or concern, is that the quality of the roster is raised because you bring some of these players. Yeah. But they're still the quality at certain positions is just so much different. So this is the thing. The rest of the Inter Miami team has to step up, but they're also decimated by injuries. They've had 3-4 guys out, 2 guys out for the season. Kremaski hurt. And they're in a. This is what sort of talks about MLS. You can't just replace guys.
Do you think, because you spoke about the salary caps and a player like Messi making like 60 mil versus, playing against or with somebody who's like 150K. You think some players are intentionally like, you know what, Messi? You know what? After taxes,
I just spoke to my accountant.
I spoke to my cousin Pablo, who does my taxes, because I can't afford an accountant because I'm not making $60 million a year. So you know what? I'm gonna send you to the gulag because you're not about to be living it. Not only you just had a legendary career, you just won a World Cup. Now you gonna come here and chill in Miami? No,
it's interesting.
I'm gonna break your legs.
It's interesting. I think from the I've seen other, like, as far as the other Inter Miami players, they have to be, if you're playing on a team with Messi, you are now, like, just the way the Argentina players talk about Messi and during the last World Cup, when they were just like, we have to do this for him. They don't know who the coach is. They don't know, like, anybody. They're just like, oh, Messi wants me to do what?
We have to do this for him.
I'm doing it for him, right? So I think that he kind of instills some of that in Inter Miami, and I would point out like a player like Benjamin Kremaski, who is like a academy kid at Inter Miami. And then Messi shows up, and he's playing with him. He's like, yo, I can't even believe I'm playing with this guy. Insane. But then, all of a sudden, I don't know if it's just because they're both Argentinian, Kremaski, like, knows how to play perfect passes and balls. And he knows exactly where to be. He's like, I know where Messi's going to pass it. I play FIFA enough. Like, I know how he works. And so, there's something, he does raise the level. For the Inter Miami players. And then, look.
Absolutely.
And then for, opponents have to be like, yo, I'm going to do everything I can. I know, rather than thinking like, yo, I'm going to, put a body on this dude. I think it's a little bit like, yo, if I have a good game against Lionel Messi, that's on my resume forever. Facts. And it's like, yo, my next team, my next contract might be even better because I know what's the first highlight I'm sending.
Facts.
I don't know if you know Jimmy Conrad. Jimmy Conrad has his roll the clip. You know the roll the clip of him doing he tackles Messi.
I've never seen this
when he was playing for the U.S. national team. Jimmy,
shout out Jimmy,
has the clip all the time. He's like, bro, look,
he got it in his favorites on his phone.
Whenever you meet somebody, like your kid's picture in your wallet. You just got like a video of like,
bro. Jimmy's wallpaper on his phone is that tackle. But he does it all the time. But yo, how could you not? That's you, of course. That's your business card. That's how you get every other opportunity.
So then, is the league kind of then shooting themselves in the foot by? You can't help but to over promote Messi. It's Messi. Exactly. Like wherever he goes, he's gonna be the center of attention. But in some ways, is it like, should it have been maybe a high profile player that Miami tried to acquire that isn't Messi, so that the level of celebrity could be a little closer to all the already existing players, so things could kind of gradually improve at this, like, at a reasonable pace? Because when you bring arguably the greatest player of all time, everybody else is eclipsed, right? And you're also the reality.
Check out the solar eclipse on Monday because Lionel Messi gonna be up there. You're not gonna be able to see gonna see the sun.
He gonna see it. But again, if he's from another planet, maybe he's the one causing the eclipse. Since y'all think that Messi's not human, right? Messi got one bone that cracks, everybody loses their minds. But I feel like it's maybe, I think that the reality of it is he's also not here forever. He's got maybe, a year or two or something like that before like it's clipped.
This is his last contracted year.
So then what happens after? I feel like, is it smart to just say, just for these few years, we're going to raise the profile of the league. We're going to promote Messi. And then after that, if you don't have something that can match that, which is the only other player who can match that.
You don't.
The only other player who can match that is Cristiano Ronaldo. Is Cristiano Ronaldo coming to MLS? No,
not happening.
It's not happening.
He's gonna get stopped at the airport.
Then what happens to the league? After that? So I feel like there has to be, because when you go to Inter Miami games and Messi's injured and Messi's not playing, like me personally, I went to a Red Bull Miami game when they lost the other day, like 4-0. And it felt like I didn't even pay for the tickets, but like I want my money back because Messi's not here. Like I went for free, but like I want my money back. Give me a refund.
Pay me
this is
to
frustrating.
come here and
Like I'm here, I want to see Messi play.
Yeah.
You know, so even knowing that it might not be the healthiest thing for the league in the long run to just focus so much on one player, that you have a lot of fans now who might be neutrals who know the profile of Messi and are people who are interested in soccer who are into the league. Now when he's gone, it's just like
I would say we're out of here. We won't know what the results of Messi being here will be probably until the next maybe until after the World Cup or in the next 4 or 5 years. If you have an opportunity to get Lionel Messi, you take it at all times. If I'm running, if I'm Don Garber or if I'm David Beckham, I'm running a team.
Of course,
I have the opportunity. I say pay it now. Put it on my credit card. Figure out how to pay for it later.
What happens later? We just
because they
figure it out.
Look, what ended up, the preseason tour, going to Saudi Arabia and going to Japan and all this stuff and traveling. And they went to South America to Asia. And they went all over the world, and now this is what we get. Messi not available for a lot of matches. So that's the frustrating part, because I know I want to see him play. But even still, Inter Miami is still a really good team and probably should have done better against Monterrey. This was I don't know. To me, it was a shocking loss because of the mistakes. It was just if it wasn't for the red card, and it wasn't for the mistake from Diego Gomez, they either leave with a 1-0 victory or a 1-1 draw going back to Monterrey, and then Messi's playing in that game. And that's also for the Liga MX fans. They're like, bro, we want to see Messi as well. Please.
Everybody. The ref.
The ref. You know what? I just want to give credit. The ref in this game, I forgot his name. Walter Enrique Lopez Ramos. All right, this is a CONCACAF guy. I've seen him.
Sounds like a CONCACAF guy.
Sure. But there was a VAR check on the first goal from Monterrey in the 69th minute. Nice. It was a VAR check, and it was because the player, the ball, I think it was from a corner or something. And the Monterrey player wasn't in an offside position in front of the goalkeeper. Kind of. The VAR said to go check it because it could have been impeding the vision of the goalkeeper to stop the shot. The shot comes in from in the 6-yard box. It would have been almost impossible to stop even if he could see it. But there was a player in front of him. So basically, I'm looking at you, Elischa, here. This is you're offside, and then where the camera is right here, that's where the shot is coming from. So it's you're offside. But you're not blocking my view.
It's still very close.
But VAR said, hey, I think this is offside. Go check it. And it felt a little bit like CONCACAF being like, nah, bro, you don't want to give them the goal. It's Inter Miami. We don't want to knock them out now. And shout out to Walter Enriquez Lopez Ramos, because he went to the monitor, looked at it, and then went back and pointed it. He was like, it's still a goal.
Wow.
And how many times nowadays does a ref go look at the VAR and keep the call that he made? It's incredibly rare. So it felt a little bit like, no, I'm not going with any narrative. That was a goal and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know.
Shout out to the
ref. We got to look
man.
into this VAR. What are they making this call for?
Yeah, shout out to the ref. Juanita Pablo, what's his name?
What did Enrique Lopez Ramos?
Okay.
All right. Say that man's name proudly.
Mr. Ramos. Shout out to you.